Hi, hello, how are you? And welcome to the 5th episode of In Search of the Ultimate Bullitt. In today's episode, we'll meet up with Sam and check out his Bluebird Bullitt. If you have any questions about Sam's Bullitt, put them in the comments below this video and I'll see to it that you get an answer as soon as possible. Hi Sam.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Can you introduce yourself to us?
I'm Sam and I'm a 5-year now Bullitt owner. I am an architect, a product designer and a furniture maker. And I use my Bullitt primarily for hauling gear and kit. So that's why I have a foldable seat. And the rest I'll explain later on.
Okay. How and when was the first time you learned about the existence of Bullitt bikes?
I think it was within the first year of its introduction. I was investigating cargo bikes back then, just for fun. And we came across the Bullitt concept and I fell in love immediately. So I saw the potential and also the looks were spot on. So ever since I wanted one, and I think it took me 4 years or so to finally get one.
Okay. So is this your first Bullitt bike?
No, it's my second.
The second one, okay.
I had my first one for 3 years now, and then I switched it for basically the same one, but with the belt-ready frame.
Okay.
That's it.
So it was also an electrified one?
Yeah, it was the E6000, a Bluebird,
okay.
but with a chain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't like maintenance, so wanted a belt drive.
Mm-hmm.
But sadly, the frame of the E6000 wasn't belt ready. And I didn't want to cut my frame like yours.
Yeah, okay. Is the Bullittcargobike your daily ride?
Mostly. I also have a van, a small van, for the, let's say, legendary moments that the Bullitt cannot haul the gear. And
Okay.
the distance is too far, and the combination of the two.
Yeah, okay. Do you ever use your Bullitt to go on a vacation or to make longer trips?
Yes and no. So primarily I use it for just the daily commute, which is around 30-40 kilometers, back and forth to my workshop and to clients. On occasions I travel further. So the furthest so far, but that's not for work, is the Duvel on Tour trip last year, which was for me then from home to the tour 80 kilometers and back 125 kilometers. And the second one was from my home in Antwerp to Brussels, the capital, for the climate protests.
Okay.
Which was also around 125, 130 kilometers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But for holidays, not yet.
Not yet. But you're planning to do it? Or it's
I'm not against it.
No.
But it just depends. If I want to take the family,
Mm-hmm.
then I need to convince my partner.
Okay. What's the largest or most heavy cargo you ever moved on your bike?
The longest were boards, wooden boards of 3.5 meters on the sides then.
Mm-hmm.
The heaviest was my entire cargo bay up to here,
Mm-hmm.
full with wooden or plywood pieces, which made the Bullitt kind of bouncy. The highest was, I think, with my vacuum and then some toolboxes on top and the chainsaw, was up to here somewhere. Yeah, something like.
Yeah, yeah, and we saw you in the Bullitt Antwerp edition movie
Oh,
Also with a lot of stuff on your
Yeah.
cargo bay, eh?
The funniest one was with the wheelchair.
Yeah.
It was also the most challenging to position
Uh-huh.
because the handles touch the ground very easily. So it has to be elevated and not shift. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sam, so if money was no object, how would your dream built Bullitt would be built up and look like?
Pretty much the same probably. Although I'm a big fan of color blocking.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be nice to have them all blue, no black.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe also a high-speed option to go 45 because it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe a little bit longer, but I'm not sure yet. I'm quite excited about the Bullitt X or X because it offers a little bit more cargo space.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same weight limits. So it would also be nice to maybe double the weight limit.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, then again, it's pretty perfect as is, to be honest.
Yeah.
It has nice wheels and stuff, so maybe, yeah, that's the one thing I'm still working on, but that's something that will take me some years, is custom cargo fixation things.
Yeah. So a system that,
Yeah, just to connect the backside to the cargo bay and back in a way that it's not limiting all the rest.
Yeah. Okay. So Sam, let's have a look. Let's have a closer look at your bike. Maybe we can start in the front and then go to the back and check out all the stuff you've put on the bike. And if it's not stock, explain a little bit why you choose for that particular part or way of mounting stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go.
So I started from a stock E6100, and I changed out, I took the non-original brakes from my previous E6000 and put them on this one because I think they work perfectly. And those are Shimano Saint brakes. And I put in a bigger rotor at the front for better braking power. Because at the time I had the Magura MT5 brakes with the 180 millimeter disc. And I really didn't like them. They were high maintenance. They kept losing power constantly. And with these, and I had to change the brake pads like I think 4 times a year.
Okay.
And with these Shimano Saints, I think between my old Bullitt and this one, maybe once.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And it brakes a lot better.
Okay.
I also, for this Bullitt, I built new wheels. So I went for the Spank Spoon wheels with Sapim strong spokes, I think. At least the strongest ones
they have
at Sapim. And I went for a Hope Pro 4 axle or hub, whatever it calls. And I added some color details here around the nipple. So both I don't know what it's called, but the spoke ends, let's say. And then the valve stem, the valve cap and the valve rings. I went for the two-tone because I liked the light blue better than the darker blue, but there wasn't, at the time that I built the wheels, there weren't light blue things like that. So hence the fade, let's say. And I really like the Spanks, the spoon rims.
Okay.
I also changed out the tires to Big Apples, just to have a little bit fatter or thicker tires. Why? That's because of the tram rails in Antwerp. I have good experience with the Big Apples on my folding bike back in the day, and I really wanted to have the same.
Yeah.
Wheels again, I might change them out for maybe some more grippy tires later on, but I'm not sure yet. They will, however, be the same size.
The same size. Okay. So your front light is stock, I believe.
For now, it's stock. Yes.
Yeah.
Until I find a nicer one.
Okay.
I haven't got the time yet to change that. I put in a steering damper or dampener. That's the stock one from LarryvsHarry. That's just to be absolutely certain that I will not have a speed wobble when I'm fully loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about it. I might change it out for a visco set later on, which removes this one and changes it out for something here, which will make it just cleaner.
Okay.
That's
so
also on the
and
to-do
how
list.
does that work? Because I don't know.
You'll have
so
to
it's a
ask.
kind of dampening system then. It also
dampens like the steering dampener, but it does it internally.
Internally. Okay.
I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I know Itai from the Team Bullitt Hangover Club, Antwerp Club, and he has installed it and is very, very happy about it.
Yeah.
So
okay. Well, I'll see him later in one of the other episodes, so I'll ask him. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then we go to the cargo bay.
Yeah. So because I'm a carpenter or a furniture maker, I wanted to build my own deck, and since I cannot do normal, really I can't. I opted for a wooden parquet, let's say a wooden floor, and I incorporated two styles of patterns into it. So the first one here is the chevron style, which butts up in the middle, and the other one is the herringbone, which alternates the seams, let's say.
Yeah.
And then I added, just like in the fancy teak yachts, from the fancy yachts with the teak decks, I added the deck line rubber. So just to make it a little bit more grippy and to have nice accent lines, especially that last part.
Okay.
I also incorporated two cutouts here and here. That's just for locking the bike to the world. And in the back of the baseboard, but that's a feature that was absolutely necessary for the E6000. That's to guide the cord for the battery loader. So with the old one, so now it's here. Yeah. So it's accessible and it can just go like this. Yeah. But with the old one, it was lower. Lower. Okay. So you couldn't make the turn or the turn. Yeah. And the only other thing in the cargo bay is the foldable seat. Foldable seat. Yeah. But it's a standard product from LarryvsHarry.
That's a stock product from.
Yeah. So it just allows me to switch very fast between kid mode and work mode. Yeah. So far, they still fit, so that's good. I also opted for, let's say, the standard inner tube style of sidings, just because it offers me a lot more flexibility than fixed panels. Yeah. And it also holds the kids, so it's fine. Yeah. And the added bonus of the foldable seat is that it takes up about roughly 10 centimeters in the cargo bay, which I can demonstrate later, is perfect for the Euronorm Festool boxes.
Boxes, then so they fit nice.
They fit very snugly. They all. Yeah. I almost have to squeeze them in, and then I don't have to tie them down, which is a big plus for me. Yeah. So it saves a lot of hassle.
Yeah, a lot of time also. Yeah. Okay, let's move to your handlebar.
The handlebar itself is stock at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still working out the perfect handle for me.
Mm-hmm.
I changed out the grips
Mm-hmm.
just to have more positions to grab.
Yeah.
I also added a spur cycle bell, just because it has a nice ring, huh?
Yeah.
And it rings a long
Exactly.
time, which I like.
Yeah.
So these are the Shimano Saint handles, which I explained before,
Yeah.
and the rest of it is stock.
Yeah.
It also has and the spur cycle also has a better
Yeah.
aesthetic.
Yeah. It looks nicer than the standard bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Below for the battery, I just
Yeah.
I immediately bought the accu cover
Mhm.
from
Is it Vader?
yeah
Yeah.
from Vader.
Yeah.
So I added the accu cover from Vader
Mm-hmm.
just because in winter times it really helps to keep the battery alive. Before I had it with my old bike, I once had, let's say, 20% battery left.
Mm-hmm.
I left it outside for 30 minutes and then I had 0 battery left.
Okay.
So, and then I added the accu cover and the problem was gone.
Yeah. Okay. Then you have also border lock, I see.
Yeah,
That's also
just-
pretty standard.
That's
Yeah.
that's one of the standard options.
Mm.
You have to pay extra for it, but it's a good lock. So
Yeah.
why not?
Okay. And then you have also a panel with your name on, your company name.
Yeah, so I have the billboard also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a work bike, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
self-explanatory.
Yeah. Okay. Then we can go to the saddle and the saddle posts.
Saddle post itself is standard, stock. With my E6 out, my previous Bullitt, I switched out the quick release
Mm-hmm.
to a fixed release
Mm-hmm.
because I have a Brooks B17 special on it, which is a very nice saddle and also quite an expensive saddle.
Yeah. So that way it will stay on longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blue tape is, by the way, when the missus rides the bike.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah. That's
I
the
have to put it on the
adjust the height. Yeah.
to put it on the blue mark.
Yeah.
I also added a frame lock
Mm-hmm.
because I like them,
Mm-hmm.
but apparently they're not standard anymore on the new Bullets.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Because mine one, that's an older one,
Yeah,
has
the
its,
older-
it
yeah.
has its
My
as a stock feature.
my
Yeah.
previous one had one standard,
Uh-huh.
but this one not anymore.
Okay.
Okay, it looks cleaner, but
Mhm.
it's,
Yeah.
again.
But,
Then I have two different locks,
Mm.
which is good to
Yeah.
have. And also, connected to my motor is my GPS tracker. It's somewhere in the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm not going to tell you where, but it works.
Okay.
And that's the POW Unity GPS tracker for Shimano systems.
Okay. And then you have a backlight that's not really.
It's a standard backlight,
Yeah, but it's.
I had a crash.
Okay. So it has to be fixed again.
Yeah, so for now it's fixed
Yeah.
with insulation tape.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
But the
It's a-
idea is to remove it completely
Uh-huh.
and to move it to the rear fender.
Okay.
And then ideally, if it's possible, I would like just an LED strip
Yeah.
running down the center.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's a bit of a search. I found one producer, but they only make them in 28 inch.
Ah, yeah. And this is a 26-inch
Yes.
wheel, so.
So
Yeah.
that's not going to work.
No.
So probably I'll have to make it myself,
Okay.
which is not really a problem.
Okay.
Back wheel is the same story as the front wheel. It's
Yeah.
also a spank rim from Spoon,
Mm-hmm.
or no, sorry, a Spoon rim from Spank,
Okay.
with the same spokes, the same detail also.
Uh-huh.
I'll
Find it.
add
Yeah.
the same detail here. The nipple itself is shorter, so it's even cleaner.
Yeah.
And yes, I have to clean the bike.
Yeah.
The brakes are also the Shimano Saints. This one, the rotor is the same size as the standard rotor from LarryvsHarry. So, yeah, the front takes more of the braking, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. And then your gear hub is an Alpine.
It's an Alpine 11, which is a standard option, but at the time when I bought the E6100, this one, they didn't tell me.
Okay.
So I had the Nexus 5, which I absolutely hate.
Okay.
Why do I hate it so much? Because it has 5 gears, and the difference between the gears is too large for smooth driving the way I like to drive, which is 25 and faster.
Yeah.
So I tested it once on a bridge, and then apparently with the Nexus 5 you had to pedal, let's say, from second to third gear 25 to 28 kilometers an hour to have like the let's say the smooth transition you get from a racing bike. And then you had to do 35 from 3 to 4 and 45 to 50 to get to 5th gear.
Okay.
And yeah, no, thank you. Also, because I haul a lot of different stuff and I have a physical job, I just like to have options. So then I switched it out for the Alpine 11.
Yeah.
What makes it non-standard compared to the standard Alpine 11 is it's a 32-hole hub and not a 36, which is the standard for the LarryvsHarry, for the Bullits. So that was a bit of a search, because I really wanted the rims.
Yeah. Okay.
Which are also stronger than the standard.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have heavy loads, it's better to have a bit more strength.
Yeah. Then I'm certain I can do, let's say, the 180 kilo to 200 kilo without a doubt.
Yeah. Okay. And then, it's a belt drive. You talked already about that.
That's also semi-standard, but it's an upgrade.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's about it, I think. Which I can. Yeah, of course, I added stickers. Onto the parts that need improving.
Yeah.
And also maybe to, let's say, go well with the battle scars.
Yeah.
And in a later stage, I might use the place where it says Bullitt to have some company website on it or something like that.
Yeah.
But that I really wanted to have in a reflective tape, just because then it's automatically, let's say, more visible during night.
Yeah.
That's also the reason why I have reflective tape on the side of all my work boxes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I also added an inner tube at the back, just to be able to carry my water and my
some extra stuff.
Sound system maybe primarily.
Okay.
So what I was talking about before, so all my boxes have the reflective tape because when you put it in, it's visible.
Yeah.
And then what I also mentioned with the seat, which is very handy, is when I put 2 boxes in, I can just squeeze them in, and they're fixed. They won't go anywhere.
Okay.
And the real benefit of this system is I can switch out the boxes very fast, put them in, and then go till infinity.
Quite high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just limited to the height of this.
On
of the handle
the back
bar.
column, yes.
Yeah.
But not on the front.
Second one you can go. Yeah.
Which is also another reason for building better rims.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's about it, I think.
That's about it. Okay. Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.